Planes were grounded at the main international airport in the Sudanese capital. If you think it looks frightening from the outside, imagine the view from inside, as passengers at first had no idea what was going on. If they tried to tune into local TV, the situation is calm here, says the anchor, before gunfire cuts the broadcast. And then these videos emerge. The country's main paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces, were taking over air bases. They claimed to have seized the presidential palace and the army's chief residence. Here, fighters seize helicopters. The group doesn't have air power. So the roar above Khartoum, a sign the military were fighting back. The civilians looking up fear a fight between the army and the RSF could cause serious bloodshed, let alone threaten Sudan's democratic transition.
It's definitely quite frightening. We have been stuck at home, my family and I, but also other friends and family all over the city. What worries me the most is this power struggle between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces militia to turn into a civil war. Both groups are trying to use some ethnic and tribal kind of narratives within their fights to get specific ethnicities and specific tribes to support one side over the other.
The fighting comes after months of rising tensions. The RSF and the military worked together, backing a popular uprising that overthrew dictator Omar al-Bashir in 2019. And again in a coup 2 years later, when the military dissolved the country's power-sharing government. But it was always a marriage of convenience. One of the main tensions is a civilian demand the RSF merges with the regular army, and there's disagreement over the timeline and chain of command.
You cannot have two armies in one country with two different leaders. I think what's going to happen now that fighting has become so extensive is that it will be a fight to the end, but it will not be a long fight. I believe that the Sudan armed forces under al-Burhan will prevail relatively quickly. That the images the Rapid Support Forces are putting out for propaganda purposes can't change the balance of forces on the ground.
The leader of the RSF, General Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, commands tens of thousands of fighters in his powerful paramilitary force. It was born from militias accused of war crimes in the Darfur conflict. Civilians are still seeking justice and now face further bloodshed as this latest putsch plunges Sudan into more violence.